Good afternoon. This is Elizabeth Diamond, founder of the Diamonds Network, and I have Cynthia here with me, and we're doing our first boots on the ground Diamonds Network, whatever you want to call it. But the very first one is going to be a dedication and tribute to Prince. And this is April 23rd, 2016, Saturday. And Prince left Earth, even though he's still alive, because we're limitless. He left Earth, was announced on the full moon, April 20th, I think, 2016. 21st in USA.
It's 22nd, depending on where you are in the world.
Yes. So I'm here live, sitting in the grass, watching all the people come to the Memorial. Paisley Park is his studio, and I guess they interviewed some people today in Chanhassen, Minnesota, who live a couple miles from him. They said that he's lived in the studio, which he has a studio and apartment upstairs, for the last 2 years. But we'll talk more about that later. I want to start this tribute out with one of the most important things I think Prince has contributed in his role modeling through his years here on Earth, and that is love. And love conquers all, and that is the law of one, setting things at the highest good of all concerned. So I want to just simply start the show out with the law of one, and I'll bring Cynthia in, and we will just say a little bit about the law of one, Cynthia, and then let's pray it for Prince.
I'll be glad
family.
to. Thank you. This, according to the ancient teachings, is the original law of creation. It is the original law. And all other laws come from it, both civil laws and social laws in all worlds and all timelines and universes. And when you do this law, when you proclaim it, anyone can do it, it will override all lesser laws. And as you know, we're entering a new age, which means the old wineskins can't hold the new wine. So we're using the law of one to collapse all timelines into this timeline. So here it goes. It goes like this. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask that only the highest good of all concerned happen, and I give thanks that this is done, so be it.
Namaste, everybody. Namaste means I honor the power in you, and you honor the power in me. And I just want to add, while I'm here, the gates opened, and I think a musician that said the Prince was his mentor, and a young lady and a little 5-year-old came out, and he hugged the line. And when he hugged me, I told him I wish him the highest good for all of his family and Prince's family. And then I said the law of one, because we are all one. And when one is harmed, all are harmed. And when one is helped, all are helped. So therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all that there is, I ask that only the highest good of all concern happen to you and your family and Prince. So that was very surreal. And I'm going to write the law of one. Prince just recently changed his name from Prince to a symbol. You can see it all over the internet. And I was told that the symbol means love. And we're coming into the time, and I think Prince is an ignition of it, because music is very, very important, of love, the love revolution. So enough of that. I just wanted to bring this in and tribute to Prince. He's been on my heart for the last week or two, and this was an impromptu trip for me. I was going to get my tires changed this morning, and I said, I have to go to Chanhassen. I looked it up. It was only an hour away. And so here I am. Now, music is very important in this world. And if you know, Prince was with Warner Brothers in the late 80s or the beginning 90s. He broke away from Warner Brothers and was just with himself. He didn't want to be controlled as a slave, as he's said in a lot of interviews. And that was very humble. To me, when a person does that and can make a lot of money, be number one on the hits because Warner Brothers and the corporate put that out there, and he stepped away from that. His heart tells me when I think about that, nope, I'm not going to do that. No, I want my music. It's important, and I'm just going to put it out there. and somehow, some way, it will go to everybody that needs it. And look at, for his death, it's going viral, and my wish is to have the people, the normal, everyday people, keep it going. There's radio stations all around the world doing weekend tributes and playing Prince songs all weekend. So music is very important. I know Cynthia can allude to that. Let's just talk about music. And there's an interview by, what's his name? Oh, I told you this morning, Cynthia. The guy in London. David Icke, 20 minutes, and I'll put that up on the blog spot, the Diamonds with an S Forever 31.blogspot.com. And it was a very 20-minute video, and he met Prince, and it's just awesome. Check that out on the blog. And I also want to add that this is what we do on the Diamonds Network with the Law of One. For the last 2 years or more, we have been praying the Law of One over with Chris galactizing and bringing in beings. We've been praying for the Matrix, the bad guys, and setting everything at the highest good of all concerned. So do you want to just let us know what, and Prince, I believe, was purely hooked in with the pure music of heaven, and he wouldn't let anything interfere with that.
Yeah, his chart, let me interrupt rudely. I'm so sorry.
No, you go for it.
His sun was conjunct his part of fortune and astrology. Without going into a lot of scientific jargon, that is the exact degree of influence. His spirit, his whole reason he came in, according to this, is to influence what, you might ask? Whatever the earth is in. And his earth was at the exact place of orphans and exiles. He came in to exert his spiritual influence to uplift the downtrodden, to uplift the orphans. We all have a part of ourselves that is orphaned and exiled. He came here to lift us all up. And his Saturn is in color science, which meant that the one thing he was told when he incarnated is you remember the colors. Remember the colors. Remember that they have power. Remember that they activate certain glands in the body. And remember that this coming age, the age of flowers, according to the Mayans, is purple. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Wow. So
yes,
purple,
ma'am.
What is the color purple in Kabbalah? Or what does the color purple mean?
The color purple, if it's a deep purple, a deep velvet purple, is omnipresence. It is the divine virtue of omnipresence, which means the divine awareness that is everywhere, all the time, in everything. That's deep purple. Now, a medium purple is the divine virtue of clarity and perfect purity of emotion. In other words, instead of having cloudy, confused, conflicting emotions, the medium purple is when your emotions are not only very pure, but they are very divine, such as divine love or divine peace or divine faith or divine wisdom or divine happiness. In its purest form is a medium purple. Now, a light purple is the control of your mind and your emotions, where you control them, nothing else does. A silvery purple is the color of our divine dominion as sons and daughters of God over the quantum field, which is governed by emotions. Read the books. They're out there, the research. Emotions govern the quantum field, which means of the infinite possibilities that can happen in any moment, your emotions will determine which ones actually manifest. And what did Prince do?
Wow,
what did he
beautiful.
do with our emotions, folks? He was on a mystic path. He would put us into ecstasy and trance, and he had control of the storms. He had control of the emotional storms. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Wow. And so I see what you're just saying. Purity. He's pure in love, in love, unconditional love for everything, and in his music. And the family and friends are carrying it on here. Like I said, the gates opened up, and a family member, it was a friend, and he's in a purple suit with a purple hat, and he just hugged the line. And I told him I prayed the prayer one for them. And then a white moving truck came out of the gates about a half an hour ago, And I thought it was his body or something, but then it came out and then it stopped. And the guys got out, and there was security guards walking behind it, and they opened up the trunk. There's a bunch of boxes, cardboard boxes. They opened that, and they had these great big round purple hat boxes, and they started handing them out to people. I looked in it, and it's a tour T-shirt and a picture book of Prince. They handed that out. Now, that's what Prince would do. So family is carrying on the energy, and what I want to encourage everybody here in this tribute is to continue to carry on this love energy in everything you do, and continue to bring out his music as much as possible. And that will show us, a sign and wonder makes you wonder, that just us normal people can make love go viral, we'll say, with Prince's music. He doesn't need to have a corporate Warner Brothers help him bring it out. We're going to show them, yes. Oh, wow. There's so many things I wanted to say. I'm going to interview some people here later on, and we'll put this all together on a YouTube. But this is all about learning who you really are. So the Diamonds Network is promised to that. So be sure to look us up.
Hey, Elizabeth.
We're not done yet. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just want to give the blog Diamonds with an S. It's Diamonds with an S Forever 31.blogspot.com. Go on there, learning tools of who you really are, and we have a radio show Monday through Thursday. So I hope you come and gather with us, the normal, everyday people nobody knows about. We're going to make it a go, because I believe Prince somehow, some way sacrificed his love so it would go to the people, impact the people. And this is the beginning, I believe, of starting of the love revolution. We always say it, love conquers all, and it really does. Loving your enemies even. Go ahead, Cynthia.
On this full moon that just happened, the Earth and the moon was exactly on Prince's Neptune in his chart. The Neptune is your spiritual essence. And if it's okay with you, Liz, I would like to read the Angels of Music Power, because that's what he used to serve us all. It's music power. It's the heavenly host of Arasaka. Now, this comes from the ancient Kabbalah. This is very ancient stuff. It says here, this rules 24 degrees Aquarius. These are the heavenly host of that degree, and it's the angels of music power. Beloved, we awaken within a person like Prince, understanding of the music of the spheres, and teach how to express by music or song every idea, every thought. This is the time of prophecy, a time when music is played that arouses the divine virtues and attracts heaven to earth. When voice and music resonate as one with divinity and love, the sound waves from this voice and these musical instruments nest with waves of the cosmic sound current and power. Together, voice, instruments, and sound current merge energy and power to become the most powerful agent of change and physicality. Sublime music expresses as the living waters poured forth in the age of Aquarius. Merging individual will, as Prince did, and the emotions with divine will and divine love gives voice and music unlimited power. He didn't need his former employers. He had unlimited power.
Love power. Love
Yep.
conquers all. Purity.
Yep.
That was Prince. That was Prince. And that brings my point up. From the 60s and 50s and maybe before that, and I'm not going to speculate here about how Prince died, if somebody killed him, or if he just died natural cause. But, you know, if you don't know, there's been a radical phase out of the 10% who think they control the world to not bring this, to quelch this purity music like you just heard from the angels on earth. You know, John Lennon, Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Whitney Houston. Those were all pure music, wouldn't you say, Cynthia?
I'll add the Beatles. I'm from
and the Beatles, yes,
oh,
and more, and more. So all those were pure, and they were going to bring out what Cynthia just read. and Prince too. But now as we're talking, and Cynthia's been saying, maybe this was meant to be, to start this love revolution from Prince. And what a humbling thing to give your life to start something. That's beautiful. But can you, because say something about how important music is in this earth. I mean, you just read it from the angels in your own words. How important is music for all of us, to hear music from a pure heart, a pure thing, and no chaos in it, which these people we just mentioned in Prince.
Well, let me continue
how
reading.
Important is that?
Let me continue reading out of the book.
Yes.
Okay, here's paragraph 2, and this is the angels of music power. Servers are inspired to sing and play music to bring about perfection. Song and melody are carrier waves that transport inner beauty of the virtues into form. Emotions are the language of the quantum field and determine what manifests. Through the qualities of Arasaka, people surf waves of resonance with sound currents of will and divine love to bring them into audible expression as music in an act of great service and love. Music presented in this way has power to transform the world into paradise. Music is one of the most powerful ways to heal and light the world. Sound unites the disparate flows of left and right brain energy and takes it to the heart. The heart has an energy field 5,000 times stronger than the brain. In moments of great clarity and receptivity of the heart to the ocean of loving divine will, the music of the spheres comes through in all its beauty and inspiration. At first, it is a very distant and faint melody. With attention, it becomes stronger and clearer. Meditate on the virtues of Arasaka to awaken musical power within to bring heaven for all to hear. We help perceive this sublime inner soundtrack in meditation and translate it into audible song and music. And by the way, his chart shows that he has been a student of Kabbalah in many lifetimes. So he knows how to meditate on the virtues of music power. On the path of enlightenment, refinement in the virtues increases likelihood that perception of the music of the spheres occurs. As a world server, welcome cosmic music as a great blessing. Use its power in tending the plan for heaven to spring up on earth and to commune with the great spirits who oversee the world. For the sake of heaven on earth, sing, make music. Trust music's power of transformation and attune to the heavenly host of the sound current flowing through your heart. Each host's signature and presence is the same as their uplifting melody and their colors and their musical notes. Sound focuses energy into a beam that penetrates all dimensions and levels and timelines and realities. Music is power. The key is encoding music with divinity, with beneficent will and meaning and love, as Prince did, as we all know. In music of the cosmic language, spirit unites with soul, masculine unites with feminine, your will unites with your emotions, electricity with magnetism. In this music, self is united with divinity. Will unites with all power, all divine will. Intellect with omniscience, which is, of course, related to omnipresence, which is purple. And emotion with cosmic love. This results in miraculous powers. And then it goes on. I won't keep reading because these things are long, but y'all...
By the way, you guys can call on these angels for yourself and ask them to initiate you, give you wisdom, knowledge, and strategy, and they will help you. If you're musically inclined, call on them and pray the law of one over your prayer petition and see what happens. And this is my passion, Cynthia's passion. Music, you heard, is very, very important. Music, the waves of music will carry this love revolution that started, I believe, at the trigger point of Prince's death, but it's really life because he's still living. His consciousness were limitless. It was just a body. Our bodies are just tents. We still live on. So I am imploring all of you radio stations, all you news media, mainstream and us little people to keep his music going. He came away from Warner Brothers and he just brought it out himself. So now it's up to us. Put that music out, YouTube it, blog it, whatever you can, because the people are already doing it. You can't get viral on iTunes or anything unless you're with a big company like Warner Brothers. But because of his death, he's in the spot 1 through 20 on iTunes and some other places where you couldn't get it unless you were with the big companies. So thank you, people. Keep doing it. Whatever creative power your pure heart creates, do it. Bring it out. Let's keep this music going. If the people stand up, and all of us, and keep doing what we do, creating this music, bringing it out with Prince, and then there's nothing they can do to squelch this music, but many more come up with it. They cannot squelch it. They can't pick, and there's going to be so many people. Please, you guys, I implore you, keep this music going.
And I want to add one more thing from the teachings, which is in another area, but the black keys, which are the Eastern key scale, which is called the pentatonic key scale, stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system. And the white keys, which is the Western key scale, which is the diatonic, called diatonic key scale, stimulates your sympathetic nervous system. And every 90 minutes, the body switches dominance between the two. And if you'll play your music either in one or the other, you'll get people into ecstasy and trance. And ecstasy and trance was a big deal with Prince.
And 90-minute intervals, 90-second intervals.
Yeah, in other words, if you can play
90.
either all black keys for 90 minutes or if you can play either all white keys, you can let people slip into trance. And the reason I say that is the sympathetic nervous system has to do with interacting with the outer world, and the parasympathetic nervous system has to interact with your inner meditation. And if you mix the two, it's like putting on the brakes and the accelerator at the same time. It can be very beautiful, but it causes stress. And to go into the deeper levels of ecstasy and trance, you have to be very relaxed. And you can get very relaxed if the music stays in one or the other of the nervous systems and doesn't mix them. And I'm just passing that on. That's a long story, but I just wanted to throw that in because I felt Prince asking me to do that on my.
And that is from heaven. And you felt Prince asking you to do that. That's beautiful. And that's from heaven. So all you musically inclined, not just piano, but all instruments have black keys and white keys. I don't know how, but you guys know. And
well, they're the black keys are sharps and flats, and the white keys are just they're not sharp or flat. They're just the pure note.
So somehow, I don't know if they have 90-minute songs, but 90-minute increments use your creative power.
In this new age, people will probably either have continuous music where everybody pitches in, so no one has to play the whole 90 minutes, or they will do 90-minute things, like hour and a half. They'll take a break and do an hour and a half.
Yeah. I listened to David Icke's tribute to Prince, and he said that he was in London and did a 21-day concert there, and he invited David Icke, sent him and David went to the concert and he got to talk to him for half an hour. And David is the one about exposing the bad cabal in the world. But anyway, he said usually people play a song, a big star will play a song, and then there will be a pause and people clap and all that. But Prince just transitioned into the next song, and he said the transitions from that song to the next song, it was seamless, kind of like what you were saying. He was already doing that.
In other words, it takes 90 minutes. You have 90-minute sleep cycles. The body just works on 90-minute cycles. And, a fractal of that would be the 9 months in the womb. And so if you can give people 90 minutes and then either go with your white keys or your black keys and not mix them, you will get people into a very deep ecstasy and trance. And that is what Prince would intuitively kind of guide us into.
And then you can see the purity of heart in that. In Prince, he didn't even want to stop for applause. It was more important for him for that.
He didn't want to break
people's
trance. He would put him in trance with music, and he didn't want to break it. And he would transition so he could slowly guide their meditation with the music itself.
Absolutely, wow.
The guy was a mystic.
Yes. And I'm happy to say in the first show in May, Chris will be back, and Chris, we call it galactowizing. His third eye is open, so he's going to do a tribute part, and we'll put it on this YouTube, to Prince. And it's called Paisley Plaza, his studio, music studio, and apartment there in the studio in Chanhassen, Minnesota. I'm right here now doing this show live. There's a dome building, and I asked a gal that there's a guy from Ireland here, Virginia, that have followed Prince since they're 7, 8 years old. See, they hooked into that vibration. But the dome building, I asked her about, and she says it's a mystery. Nobody knows. So we'll look into that and some other things. But, oh, my goodness. Wow. So please join the Diamonds Network and check out the blog. We have shows Monday through Thursday. And what else do we want to add here, Cynthia? I don't want to forget anything.
Well, let's just ask that only the highest good of all concern happen for him.
Oh, yeah.
For all those connected to him in any way, through any lifetime, through genetically,
I want to do a meditation, and we'll do that prayer. I'll let you do that because okay, so how can we do this? Okay, I'm going to call people in, and then you do what I just interrupted you with. You do that, and then I'll phase into the meditation, and then you can add to the meditation too.
Beautiful.
Creative idea I got. Okay, we just call in the divine flame of living love. We call in all of our higher selves. We call in Prince's higher self, and we call in all our brothers and sisters galactic-wise from any time and dimension. And we call in the music angels and all 360 angels assigned to each degree around the earth. And we call in the music industry people, all who are involved. And thank you all for coming. And then you say the prayer, and then I'll do the meditation.
Okay, and I just want to add a little bit more.
Yes.
I am calling in everybody who is on this planet at this time, in whatever way you're here, man, woman, child, animal, plant, mineral, however you are, whatever you are, whether we know about you or not, whether we understand you or not. If you're part of this earth, I'm calling you in. And I'm asking for your highest good, because we're all one. We're one in the quantum field. We're a web of life. We're all connected. And when one is harmed, it affects all of us like ripples in a pond. And when one is helped, it affects all of us like ripples in a pond. And since emotion is the language of the quantum field, and we have to guide Spaceship Earth through a collapse of timelines into another final destination, and that destination will be determined by emotion, I am asking that the highest good feelings, the highest good emotions of all concerned happen. And since music has magical power over emotions, I am asking that the highest good musical power of all concern happen on the planet. And Prince, I want to thank you for who you are and what you are and all that you have done and are doing now and will do. And
Cynthia?
Yes.
Before we continue, this is another thing I wanted to do. Can we just pause here?
Yes.
Can you look into Prince and see if he has a message?
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
And I'll be quiet.
Okay. Well, what I'm seeing him, but I'm seeing him overwhelmed with love. I am seeing him just overcome with love. He is transfixed with it. He is being consumed with love, in a sense that's his message. That's his message. That's what I'm seeing and feeling.
Consuming fire of love. The love revolution starts in the earth. Because of you, Prince. We love you. And we offer this prayer of the highest good of all concerned for Prince's music and all others of purity music, that the highest good of all concerned be done.
We are asking
that
on this earth, in this planet, and on all Earths and planets, in the past, present, or future, are multiple realities or parallel realities, that only the highest good of all concerned happen. And I'll just repeat it quickly so the new timers can remember it. It goes like this. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask that only the highest good of all concerned happen, and I give thanks that this is done. So be it.
Thank you. So be it. And only the highest good with Prince's music, I just want to focus on now. Just open up your heart, go to the purity of your heart, and just imagine light beams, several light beams coming out of your heart, several light beams coming out of your head. And now just connect with everybody on earth and every living thing. And like I've asked, I just want to put in the emotions for you guys to carry on Prince's music, the people standing up, that if he did, sacrifice his life for this to happen, the love revolution, let's keep it going. Just intend and imagine that Prince's music is going to go viral every day of the week, and it's going to impact people in an awesome, awesome love way. Anything you want to add to that, Cynthia?
Yes, I do. I can feel him with us now. He's joined with us now. And he's telepathically communicating so many things at one time. It's like listening to 16 channels at once. But it's all splendid, and it's all magical, and it's all beautiful. And it does all have to do with the love revolution, y'all. In the Bible, it says love conquers all. So if you want to conquer everything, known and unknown, seen and unseen, inwardly or outwardly, go to the ultimate weapon, which is love. Let your hearts burn with love. Let love consume everything. Let love consume all the fear, all the doubt, all the confusion. Let love consume all the guilt and the shame and the anger and the suffering. Let love have its way with us, folks. Let love have its way, and may it express in music. In Prince's name, for he is a son of God. And Christ said, all that I do, ye shall do and more. And Prince, I honor you for changing the lives of millions and millions and millions of people for the best. Back to you.
And I love you, Prince. Thank you for your purple round box gift that you gave me. Thank you so much. Your family's turning it on. And the purple rain, R-E-I-G-N.
Yes.
Rains, love conquers. Love reigns.
Yes.
Love reigns now because of you,
Love
Prince.
reigns now.
We victoriously command it for this whole earth just to soak it with love, because victoriously commanding angels are in the energies.
We are asking through the infinite power of the divine and the infinite wisdom of the divine and the infinite love of the divine that now, as of this moment, love conquers all.
All. Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prince. We love you.
Yes.
And by the way, the Law of One prayer is printed out on the right-hand side of the Diamonds blog. Our YouTube channel is there. We have shows Monday through Thursday. And let's get this done, everybody, around the world. Let's just use our creative power for conquering with love.
I want to say one more thing on the scientific level. There's an ancient saying that the longest journey any person ever makes is from their head to their heart. So if you're in your head thinking about love, just imagine there's an elevator in your head and you step into it and you go down through your neck into your heart, and then remember love, even if it was just a kitten you had as a kid, or a beloved, a parent or friend, or even if you just have to imagine what it would be like to love and be loved. And that is the love that conquers all, scientifically. That emotion of love, whatever you have to do to find love within, Oh my gosh, it is so worth it. Back to you, Liz.
Beautiful. And I'm going to be interviewing some people here that have followed Prince. We're going to hear more about Prince's love. I hope that's okay, Prince. I love ya. And then Chris will be adding to this. But I hope you join us here, as we want to continue with this love revolution with every single one of you guys. So, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, well, I think we're finished. You keep shining, all you diamonds out there.